Down in the basement, y'all, with Mr. Calvin Rodgers.
What up?
All right, first of all, just tell the people about the story you was telling us about when you started off playing drums.
Yeah, a lot of people ask me about how did I start playing, and how did I get into drums, and I was telling them that my dad tells this story a lot of times when people talk to him about me, and he's told it in front of my friends a few times about how when I was a kid, I was maybe about 2 or 3 years old, how my parents stayed in this apartment, and my mom would keep her cookware in this cabinet, underneath the sink or whatever. And just during the day, throughout the day, I just pull her pots and her pans out, and I would give me 2 spoons, and I just beat the pots and the pan. I just play the drums on the pots and the pans, so to the point that at some point my dad had to buy me drums. I guess probably because he got tired of replacing my mom's cookware. He just couldn't even, she couldn't use the cookware. The pots and the pans was dented up so badly. She couldn't even, make her food in her or anything like that, So I was just sharing that story, about, I guess, how I came into enjoying drums so much,
All right, let's get to a little bit more serious note, and then we're going to roll up out of here. Y'all, we got to get Calvin to his clinic. We got about an hour. On a serious note, I was wondering myself, man, about you, in a sense, through the public, looking at you as the #1 drummer in gospel music today. You set in the standard. And I was just wondering, in being you, how do you deal with all the negative stuff that come from other musicians or just people that try to diminish your gift?
Well, man, let me, before I address that, let me say that it's a lot of negativity out here in the music game, and and in gospel music, surprisingly, but even on top of that, man, for every hater that's out there, for everybody that's got something negative to say, man, I get so much love from so many other brothers, you know what I'm saying, musicians, non-musicians, parents, I have parents coming to me all the time, tell me their son, loves my playing, and through the love that their kids have for me, they've developed some type of love, for me and for my ministry. Musicians, drummers alike, percussionists, bass players, musicians, period. I get so much encouragement. There's some negativity and just the way I just kind of let it roll off my shoulders. I've just never been one to really I can't chase down every lie and every rumor, and the lies and the rumors and all that. I mean, people, there's so much negativity out there. People have said everything about me from, how horrible of a musician I am to talking about how bad I can or can't play, and even talking about, my personal preference as far as my sexuality goes, and all of that stuff is. So
wait a minute. So you saying you gay?
They saying I'm gay, and let me say for the record, I never felt the need to address this, and I don't feel the need to say it, address it now. But let me say, I'm not a gay man. You know what I'm saying? If you do struggle with your sexuality, that's something between you and God.
Right.
And if there's a brother out there that is struggling with his sexuality, you know what I'm saying, and you're a musician, I'm not saying something's wrong with you, man. I'm just saying, I hope that you seeking God for your deliverance. And that's all I'm saying about
Well, anytime you're on the top of anything,
that comes along with it.
Right, that's coming along with it.
But I've just learned to just let that stuff just roll right off me, man. I'm and one thing that helps me, man, is again the encouragement that I get from all of the musicians and people in the community, and it hasn't bothered me. I hear it, and it's become to the point now where I'm amused by it. The stories they come up with, it just becomes amusing to me now.
Well, man, we definitely ain't gonna leave on that note. we gonna make this a little bit more joyous, But hey, but for the record, he done cleared it up. Talk about the joy you feel when you playing and there's thousands of people screaming and people getting saved, and what is that like?
Man, playing drums, I can't. There's no word to describe what playing drums does for me. I'm moving and going past certain things in my life. I'm gonna be 30 this year, and so I'm starting to view things differently. A lot of emotions for me, and a lot of things I thought I enjoyed, I'm coming to realize that I don't enjoy them. But man, music is just never ever for me.
The one
It is
constant.
It's constant in my life, you know. Besides, you know, my parents and my family, you know, man, it's the one thing that's just always just been exactly what it is. You know, I've been doing a couple of interviews lately. Man, drums for me have just been so much more than just, you know, a way to earn my living, make my living. It's become a comfort place for me. It's become a secret place for me. You know, man, it's where God speaks to me. It's where I find joy. It's where I find peace. It's where I find comfort, and it's where I have fun. You know, and that's just kind of how I feel. You know, I haven't. This hasn't turned into a job for me yet. I get tired, but man, drums are just like, man, it's a strong passion. It's just something I love to do. It's like, you know, as tired as I get sometimes, I could never do it enough. You know, if I had to do it all over again every day, I'd just do it, you know. And drums and music and the family of musicians that I know and enjoy and listen to and that I have in my life, man, it's second to none. There's no comparison to it.
Well, getting back to the interviews that you've done, you let them know the best interview you've ever done in the basement with J. Ross.
J. Ross is always going to get it cracking. He going to get it popping.
Well, I
you
appreciate
anywhere in the Midwest, you want J. Ross to get you. You want him to holler at you.
Well, I appreciate it. Hey, y'all, we're going to let Calvin go. He got to go.